It's the Al Travis Show. We've got him, Jerry Groskreutz, in talking all things farmer. Jerry, how are you doing, my friend?
Well, I'm doing really well, Al, and really pleased to say everything pretty well wrapped up. And
I would
went
hope
out to the
so.
farm last weekend. I saw a couple of little fields of corn out there in my travels, one little bigger field, but other than that, everything was done. Some anhydrous ammonia going on, some
Yep.
manure applications going on. But boy, weather-wise, all right, you got
Perfect.
the recorder going,
I
Al?
got it going.
All right, a farmer that was satisfied and pleased with the weather last fall.
A couple of deals on that, and you should be. I mean, let's be honest. First off, leaving some corn. I got this guy be on the north side of me on my way to the golf course, which, by the way, I'm not going there anymore, but I was driving by. Leaves that corn up for the year. He won't get it until the spring. Is there something up with that? Why would you do that?
Well, maybe he figures it's a way to store it. And so he
Leave it
doesn't
as
have
God
to,
made it.
I beg your pardon?
Leave it as God made it?
Boy, I've seen corn survive standing out in the winter, and it's standing really well in the spring. It has dried down to 13, 14%. Now, you probably fed a lot of critters over the winter,
Yeah.
like deer and raccoons.
Yeah.
And if you get any big blizzards, a lot of snow and wind, you
Bust it
can
down.
end up with those stalks breaking over, laying on the ground. I've seen it go okay. I'm too much of a what if I get up tomorrow and the storm is coming, the 50-mile an hour.
Yeah.
I like to get it out of the ground and safely tucked away in the bin. But to each
All right.
his own.
Let me ask you this, though. You talk about how happy you were with the weather. As we speak this week, we're getting some rain in southern Minnesota. Now, November, it was 40 degrees when I got up one morning. It was raining. It was a chilly rain. I mean, that cold. But I'm thinking to myself, the ground's not frozen. It's not enough. It wasn't like rain shower. I mean, it just made everything wet. I got to think that replenishes that ground for you guys, making it look good for spring. But then I thought, wait a minute, if you have moisture in there, won't that make the frost that much harder? Is it good news or bad news to have November rain?
It's really good news. I always like to see some rain. Well, I'm impressed, Al. Is this osmosis? You've been hanging around some farmers. The knowledge goes from high concentration to low concentration. You're picking some things up here. I'm impressed.
I'm not a smart man, and we've been doing this for years, so it's starting to kind of click with me here and there. Little bits that you've said have coming back to me. But I guess my point is, does the frost hurt then? If that moisture is, say, 2 feet down, moisture that we wouldn't have regularly, does that just make it more compact, more frozen, more a bit of a problem? Or is that like, no, that keeps her there locked in?
It keeps it there locked in. And actually, dry soils will freeze deeper than wetter soils because all that moisture has to get colder too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right, well, that makes
sense there. But I always like going into fall freeze up with maybe 60, 70% maximum water holding capacity. So we've got some nice moisture to start next spring. But if we get that heavy 2-inch rain in the spring, we've got some storage capacity in the soil to soak it in, and it doesn't slow you down as much in the spring. So here again, I'm just about
happy.
perfect,
You're
happy with the soil moisture. And it's ironic though, Al, because I had to make a point of thinking about something to be satisfied with the weather. The joke when you're a farmer, it's always too something, right?
Well,
too hot, too cold, too dry, too wet.
Let me put you on record then, because you've been doing this for forever. What's the perfect amount of snowfall then for you in a winter? Do you need 8 to 10 inches of snow basically between the 4 winters over so that it melts in? What is the perfect amount of snow?
Well, if we go into fall kind of in this condition, not that far from maximum water holding capacity, I don't dream of a white Christmas. I'm just fine with it.
Okay. So there isn't about. Well, I suppose that would matter if it snows in December, everything's frozen, it blows away somewhere. It ends up somewhere, I have no idea. But you would want snow after the frost is gone so they can slowly replenish it. Okay, I get your point.
And the other thing is a foot of snow covering is probably a good thing because it does keep the frost from penetrating too deep when it does get really cold in the wintertime. And for my cattlemen friends that are
Yeah.
maybe raising alfalfa. That helps protect the alfalfa over
Okay.
winter. Some of those things. So a foot of
Okay.
snow, yep, that would be just fine. I can get the snow blower out, even though I don't have to blow my driveway in Lakeville. We're in an association. Daughter
Gotcha.
lives 3 blocks away, and so guess who gets to go over and blow
Dad
her
gets to
driveway?
go. You're a good man. You're a real good man. Let me throw this at you before we get to the break. This is from KUIC TV, but I mean, it's across the state. The Minnesota Soybean Growers Association President Darren Johnson, Governor Walz, Ag Commissioner Thom Peterson, all going to, I think it is Switzerland and Germany for this big Buy Our Soybean Industry rally over there, which is great. I mean, it sounds like a wonderful thing, don't get me wrong. But I thought you had convinced me that like all soybeans and all corn kind of go into massive pot, right? So are we seriously going to sell to Switzerland or Germany Minnesota soybeans like they're better than them darn Iowa soybeans? You know what I'm saying? Is that really something we do?
Actually, it's been fairly successful. Doing a lot of interviews with past presidents of the corn growers and the soybean growers, going to some countries and meeting their buyers over there on their terms one-on-one actually has helped us open up markets. Because you're right in that you can go and just buy from wherever, but if it's all about the same price or logistics wise, well, you might buy from somebody that you know or that you met over somebody that you haven't.
But you're missing my point. I get it. What do they call it? Rain lifts all boats or whatever, right? High tides lift all boats. I get that. But so the governor and Thom and the rest of these guys going over there just selling U.S. soybeans are better than any soybean. You can't buy Minnesota soybeans, right? There's no one in Germany saying, well, I sure like that Thom. I'm going to just buy from him and let me order my 60 billion and we truck ours right to him, right? There's no way of separating out Minnesota beans.
It's called identity preserved grains, and we do it all the time.
Well, no, you got to explain it. What is identity preserved grains? I've never heard of this. You just made that word up. I can't believe you did that.
No,
You're a genius.
It rolled off the tongue pretty well, so I've had some practice at it. But like, there's some high linolenic soybeans or some specialty, maybe it's organic soybeans. They can actually load them here in containers, the big containers on ships, and you can load them up here, take them by truck up to the metro area, Savage or Red Wing. You can specifically originate them from where you want, but most of the buyers, I will bet you, Al,
all right,
they just want.
Well, see, that's
from the Midwest, and they're all the same.
See, we have a packing plant here in Blue Earth, and I was talking with the guy about the corn. They were doing specific corn for, I think it was Japanese market or something like that, but they like really honking large corn. And he says if you ate it, we wouldn't be happy because we like a sweeter bit, sweeter corn. Evidently, the Japanese like them big and a little on the sour side. He said in Minnesota, we never even buy them. But I do understand they can do specialty stuff. But that's not what the governor is doing, is trying to sell his buddy's, weird pea crop that he grew out there in Faribault. Probably not. I got to go to break. I got another one to talk to you about. It looks like those darn Chinese are sticking to us again. I want to talk to Jerry about, just when you thought things were looking up. We'll talk with Jerry, Pork Farming, on the Al Travis Show. Stick around. It's the Al Travis Show. I've got him, Jerry Groskreutz, on, talking all things farming. And again, things we learn on the program. The world is one big oyster pot for corn and soybeans. Everybody throws it in the big hopper. And yes, China went someplace else to buy their stuff. Let's use soybeans as an example. But the American soybean market didn't crash because of it, because then everybody who used to buy in Brazil had to come up here and buy.
Yep.
Okay. So everything seems like... Now, China comes out and says, we're going to buy, I think it's 25 million metric tons, which is 50 tons, by the way, 50 million tons, in the next 3 years. Well, they're falling a little short, Jer. Maybe they haven't got their, they're waiting for the first of the month to get their government check. I don't know. But so far, 332,000 metric tons is all they've bought. Is it just the Chinese doing it to us again, buddy, or does it take a while to ramp up to get 25 million tons? I don't know.
Well, maybe it takes a little while to ramp up. And earlier this week, Al, we started out the week with beans up about 30 cents a bushel. And
Even after China said they'd buy them?
yeah, they said they'd buy them a week or two ago, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, and then what was a little bit of anticipation, buy the rumor, and then we kind of went to sell the fact. We went back down a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, earlier this week, actually it was on Monday, beans were up about 30 cents a bushel. And Jerry's simple mind goes,
Jump on it.
I wonder what's going on here. And guess what? Tuesday morning, the USDA announced a flash sale of soybeans to China in the amount of 792,000 metric ton. That's about 30 million bushels.
Wow.
And there was scuttlebutt from the commercials. Somebody must have leaked a little bit that there was maybe a lot more going on because maybe South America cannot supply all of their beans.
Wow. So does this end up being good news for Jerry? Because this is me, Jerry. It's up 30 cents. I'm thinking it'll get to 50 and you held. Did you jump in at the plus 30 or did it all, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. You don't win if you don't get in.
Exactly. You can also lose. In fact, I used to have on there a broker who's retired now that had 3 rules of marketing grain.
Okay.
Rule number 1, you sell on a rally. Okay. Rule number 2, you sell on a rally. And rule number 3, if you have any doubt, see rule number 1 and rule number 2.
That is too funny. So this was good news then overall for the beans this week. This story absolutely. I read made it sound like it's going to heck.
The only downside is that a lot of farmers were forced to sell some beans last October off the combine because, number 1, we couldn't put them in the bin and then get a market assisting loan because the USDA was shut down. So we couldn't take a loan on it, maintain ownership. We weren't going to get our out-county payment because really low prices and bad yields from last year, kind of the safety net in the Farm Bill because the USDA was shut down. So they had bills to pay and they had to generate some cash. So they sold beans at $9.20 a bushel and now they're $10.50. And once you sold them, but it is what it is. Most farmers have some left yet to sell, so they'll get a higher price on some of them. So the timing wasn't perfect, but anytime is a good time for a rally.
So let me ask you this. Now that the government is back up, I presume it's unlike air traffic controllers where you got to get planes in the right area and there's still some problems trying to get us ramped up to air traffic being right. You send all those government guys back in, they can start popping out those loans. I mean, are farmers back up? I mean, are we ready to rock and roll now that the government's back in action?
It's getting back, although ironically, I had not received my Ark County payment. And
what's an Ark County payment? You're speaking.
And that's because of low prices and low yields, kind of the safety net in the Farm Bill.
All right.
And Secretary Rollins ordered FSA minimal staff back to get those payments out here about 3 weeks ago. So I'm watching my checking account and it's not showing up and it's not showing up. Well, not much I can do about it. And then late last week when the government opened up again, so Monday of this week, I called the FSA office and it took them about 2 hours to track it down. And because, remember, I grow peas for Bird's Eye Foods, right? Remember
they love your peas, the best peas in all of America, Jerry's Field, yes.
And so then after they harvest the peas, usually it's too late to try a second crop of beans, so I plant a cover crop. And you're supposed to then report that to the FSA office that you planted a cover crop. And there was a glitch in there, and they accidentally said I didn't report or didn't grow the peas. So there was a glitch in there, and it took them about 2 hours to find it, and they still couldn't process it because one program they needed wasn't up and running. They said, really sorry, it was our mistake, our little glitch. So, but they're going to be able to fix it. So the point is, if farmers are listening and you don't know if you qualified or you think you did, you haven't gotten a payment yet, give your local FSA office a call. They'll be more than happy to track it down and help you. I've been
Well,
dealing with
they
FSA
they might do it, Jerry, but I don't know how happy they are. I got Jerry's on the line again. No, you can hear him screaming in the background. They'll do it. I mean, that's their job, and they're very good at it. But I can't imagine they're very happy when they see Jerry Groskreutz name on the ringer tone thing. And oh, not Jerry again.
No. Usually they're too busy laughing because Louise and I, daughter, son-in-law, and 2 grandkids are all on one plan. So when I call Al Travis on my cell phone, it says Mr. G.
Yes, it does. It's like, oh, good. He's calling me. I always thought it was God the first time. Oh, Mr. God's calling. All right, I got to fly. Appreciate you being here, Jerry. Always a pleasure to chat with you, my friend. Always.
And enjoy turkey. Think of all the farmers and the turkey growers that made it possible for your feast. And one point, Al, remember, you are what you eat. Have a nice Thanksgiving.
Jerry Groskreutz on the Al Travis Show. Always a pleasure. Love having him on. We get him in every week talking farming on the Al Travis Show. More right after this.